Before we really get into this video, let me show y'all my shirt I got off of Etsy. Thought it was appropriate to wear in today's video. You guys, I just got a new tattoo on my arm recently. I will do a full video on it when it's done. I got the line work done in one session and I will get it colored in, and then once this one's done I am going to have this part of my arm done, so my arm will be, and then I'll start working on like filler and stuff. But anyway, my arm's finally getting progress made on it. But yeah, it's gotten me into a tattoo mood, you know, so I was like, I want to do some tattoo videos because I just want to talk about tattoos. And I was like thinking about, oh my god, the tattoos that I wanted back when I was a teenager. Let's talk about that. First off, I got my first two tattoos when I was 16 at a tattoo shop, like, but I don't recommend, like, just wait until you're 18. Like, I could not, I wanted to be tattooed so bad. One of them has since been covered up with my Noctis tattoo on my leg, but I still have this panda on my arm. The girl did the photo from like DeviantArt, but like I thought like I was taking her the picture and she was gonna kind of like style it to my arm or whatever, and like, I don't know. I've always just kind of disliked it. Plus when I fell asleep, so basically when I fell asleep, my shirt pulled some of the ink out like right here in the ear, and I don't like the shape of it for this section when I bend my arm. I just don't like it. I've always wanted it reworked, and it's just one of those things that's, I'd rather have a new tattoo than have that one worked on. I guess it's like low priority on my list. So anyway, I am going to be showing you guys some of the tattoos that I wanted when I was a teenager. And I've got a bonus couple that thrown in from when I was in like my pink hair phase, which was in cosmetology school. I was like 18, 19 or whatever. Which, that's 19, that's still a teenager, you know, still a wee baby. But I went to high school between 2010 and 2014. If that gives you reference. And I was like big into Tumblr. That was like my thing. So if that gives you any idea of like what kind of kid that I was. Yeah. So anyway, I actually found some of the exact photos of what I wanted. Like I found them, and they were like things that I had saved in my phone from like all those years ago, things that I like really wanted. Also, real quick, this is not meant to shame anyone that has these tattoos or anything, if you have anything similar. This is more or less just like my personal growth, like how far I've come personally from wanting this style of tattoos to like what I'm getting nowadays. This is just, I just don't want anyone to be like upset if you have anything similar to this. So the first one is this floral anchor on the thigh. I'm pretty sure my friend Savannah and I even like both wanted this. Like, I mean, it is still like, it's a gorgeous tattoo, but like I was obsessed with wanting an anchor tattoo, and I even wanted it with like the like banner that said like, be the one to guide me but never hold me down. And when I was looking, I found another tattoo I had saved, and I was like, that's why I wanted that quote, because it's in the other one I found. But anyway, so I wanted this anchor on my thigh, which if I had gotten that, I would be like fine with that. But back then, I know I wouldn't have gotten it done well. I would not have gotten, like, the tattoo artists that I go to now are like top tier. Anybody that I would not have done my research. Let's just be real. So I wanted that, and then the next one is pretty much the same. It is that same like thigh tattoo situation, but it's like with that quote. I don't know why I wanted this so bad. Like, I wanted to be a marine biologist like for a good 8 years. Like, that was my dream job, so maybe that's where that like stems from. I don't know. This next one, I actually went to a tattoo shop and I was about to get this done on my arm. Like, I showed them the stencil and everything, like 16 years old, here it is. And thank God I was sunburnt at the time and couldn't get tattooed right there, and that's why I think that's why I got either the panda or the crab that I had on my leg covered up. Well, it's when I had it originally done. But I remember the artist was like, are you a musician, or like, do you sing? And I was like, no. And they were like, yeah, no. And I'm so glad about that, because like I've got my lantern on my arm now, and like I wouldn't have that if I had this. So. Alright, so you guys, the next one. I used to be a big, I mean I still am, Hollywood Undead fan. And I'm sure you know where this is going. Yes, I wanted a dove and grenade tattoo. I did. Embarrassing. Ugh. This feels like cringy, like admitting it. Ugh. I'm sure I couldn't find the original like image of this because it's been redrawn so many times over the years, and any tattoo artist watching this, your eyes are probably gonna roll out of your head and down the street like a can of raviolis. I'm telling you, it's this. The roses, the heart clock, the beads, yeah, I wanted that tattooed really bad, and it's so overdone. And there's one thing, like, you can never be the original. Like, when you have the original of something, anything that's redone is never done like, I don't know. Yeah, it's this next one is one, this is not their exact image. I couldn't find the exact image I had saved. I used to want this on like my back, like the right under my neck. I wanted 2 koi fish like in a yin yang situation, and I can remember in my brain the exact image that I had, but I could not find it. So this is like close, but I wanted that really bad. And it's one of those things, I guess I wouldn't be upset about it if I had gotten it done. Like I wouldn't be mad about it, but I mean, it's just, that's something that I really wanted. And I had like the placement for that one picked out, which is like the next step above, because you have like the idea, and then once you like designate a place for that tattoo, we're on another level, sweetie. Let's go. The next one, this is really like broad. I wanted a bow, and I think I wanted it on the back of my ankle, like above where, I don't know how to describe that area, just on the back of your leg, like right above your foot. Like I think I wanted it right there, and I don't know, that's just not my style anymore, so I'm glad I didn't get that one done. But I mean, a lot of people have bow tattoos, like there's really not much I can say to that. But yeah. So the next one, this is something that's been around for like since the beginning of tattooing, so it's fine. This is not the exact photo I could find. Like I remember the one I had saved, but I don't know if it's a sparrow, like I wanted this, and I don't really know where I would have gotten it. I think I probably would have wanted it like up here, which like I do want some collarbone tattoos, but I don't have the exact idea of what I want yet, so that's why I haven't gotten them done. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just not really me, I guess, anymore. But I do still like the tattoos. Oh god, you guys, I was like, okay, back in the day on Tumblr, there was a lot of A Day to Remember, Pierce the Veil band situation. I really could have seen myself getting this A Day to Remember tattoo, like the album cover, or there are so many Pierce the Veil lyrics that I would have gotten tattooed on my body. Like I could have, this is embarrassing and cringy for me to say out loud, but that song, My Love for You was bulletproof, but you're the one who shot me. I promise you, if I could have been somewhere to get tattooed, I probably would have that on my body somewhere. And if you do, that is fine. That is completely okay. It's just not me now, you know, you guys. Like, that's just not what, that's just not what I would have chosen for myself nowadays. So anyway, oh, there's also this, the house and the girl floating over it, the Pierce the Veil. I could have also seen myself getting that. This next one, I actually found the exact picture of what I wanted, and I wanted it like on my arm somewhere. When I was in my pink hair phase, I really wanted this cupcake tattoo. I really wanted a cupcake tattoo so bad. Like I was down to get it any time. You know what's funny is I have a few other things, like, if I can find, like, well, I mean, one of them is a Spyro tattoo, which I still want. Like, I've talked, the artist that I'm seeing right now, I've talked to her about, I'm like, hey, I really want to get a Spyro tattoo, and she's like, I'm so down to do a Spyro tattoo. She's done several. It's just one of those, I don't know where I want to put it sort of deals, but that's another one I've been wanting since I was a teenager, but I'm a huge Spyro fan. Think of what else. Oh god. Everything was so cringy back then for me. I was filming this video and I was like, why am I forgetting like some tattoos that I wanted when I was a teenager? And I remembered. Oh my god. I talked about the Hollywood Undead. I used to be a big fan of Black Veil Brides, and I wanted the Black Veil Brides logo on my wrist. Oh my god. Anyway, and then I was like, why didn't I talk very much about any of the ones I wanted in my pink hair phase, right? I wanted a Sailor Moon tattoo really bad, specifically one like this, or I guess any of them. I have such a weird thing with Sailor Moon. I grew up watching Sailor Moon, and it's like everything about it vanished off the face of the earth. And like I'd bring it up to people, I'd be like, oh yeah, I loved Sailor Moon growing up, and they're like, what? To the point where I almost was like, was that a fever dream? Like, did I make that up in my head? And then all of a sudden it had this resurgence around like, what, 2016 or something, and then Sailor Moon is just like everywhere. And I wanted a Sailor Moon tattoo. I'd still be fun with getting it. I'm just not as into Sailor Moon as I used to be. I feel like I'm forgetting more and more though. Like, I know there's this owl one that I wanted really bad, and I cannot find the picture of it. It was like a red outline. I can remember it in my brain because I had it saved on my phone for so long. I'd looked at it constantly. I think it was on Tumblr, and I couldn't find it. But anyway, let me know down below what tattoos you guys would have gotten if you were allowed to get tattooed when you were a teenager, because I am curious. Like, I know I'm not alone. Like, y'all wanted some cringy tattoos, right? Not that all of mine were cringy, like, but I don't know. I feel like you don't really start finding yourself until, like, I don't know, mid-20s or 22 or after is when you really start finding yourself, I think. Anyway. I'm trying to think of all the things I had saved, because that's about all I could really find that I was like, that I had saved in my phone. And I'm actually really surprised I was able to find like exact like what I had saved, because girl, especially that bird with the music note, the fact that I actually went to the tattoo shop, like I was gonna get that on my whole arm. Like, we're just glad that didn't happen, you know. Can't wait to finish the tattoo I'm working on at the moment and work on getting the rest of my arm done. I have got a lot of tattoos. If you guys want me to do a video on tattoos that I want to get right now, let me know, because I have a pretty basic idea of everything that I want. Like, the tattoos that I'm getting lately are things that I've wanted for years on years and just didn't have the time or money or whatever to get. And I'm finally like, treat yourself. Plus, I found like a really good artist that I like going to. Well, I've got two artists that I'm going to right now. One of them is a friend from high school, which he did that Noctis tattoo on my leg and the Skyrim tattoo that you guys got to see. And then the artist that I'm going to now is, this is the only piece she's done on me, and I want her to like finish out this arm, and then, you know, it's gonna be color, by the way. It's not gonna be like black and gray, which I wouldn't mind getting some black and gray on this arm. Just, I don't know. Yeah. It's just the way that, oh god, you guys, back in the day, were any of the rest of you like Tumblr kids? Because we're a whole different breed. Like, I had so many, like, I feel like I was changing phases daily. Like, I'd be scrolling through Tumblr and I'd be like, oh, hardcore bands. And I'd be scrolling, I'd be like, oh, that anchor with the bows. And then I'd be scrolling, and then I don't know. Tumblr was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!